Okay, finally, now we've got everything else. We can stick on the superficial muscles. So let's start with latissimus, and I don't know, maybe against my better judgment, I'm going to put in the whole of the muscle. But my whole problem with this muscle is that you can only really see it in places. So if you find the whole of the muscle, then it's going to give you problems. So look, I'm making it really thin to start with, and then I'm just going to place this. So let's see. It's basically a big triangular shape, right? It's grabbing hold of the hips at the bottom through here. It's covering everything that we've got there, and then it's coming around to the front of the arms. So you can see it's like a big pair of wings, maybe. You know, in the same way that I talk about the pecs as wings, the latissimus will do this. But the problem is, if you do this, right, like I've done there, you're going to kill all of your forms underneath. And this I've seen so many times, and it's, you know, one problem that I have with the latissimus, my main problem that I have with latissimus, that what you want is to see the forms underneath, not this really thin muscle through here. So what I'm going to do is what am I going to do? Good question. I'm never quite sure about the answer to that. I'm going to place the top of the latissimus. All right, so we have it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to find the upper border of this muscle, something like this. It dives underneath the trapezius, so we never really see that portion of it through there. And then it's kind of like a mother to the teres major, like it's just giving it some support, just holding it in place. So what you'll normally see in life is not this line of the trapezius, but that line there of the teres major pushing through the trapezius. So and then it's going to dive through to the front of the arm, so something like that. And then, yes, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the rest of the video, or I'll pause the video for a minute, just so I can project this down onto the shapes beneath, so that we'll have the trapezius really wrapping around those forms tightly. Okay, so here you go. So what you're seeing is really just the forms underneath, right? We can still see the serratus. Actually, what would be nice is if we saw the line of the serratus where that muscle finishes a little bit more, because we can see that in life. Something like this. I've even given an indication of ribs through here to give you an impression of how thin that latissimus muscle is. And then here, this is all lumbar muscle, vertebrae down there. So I'm just really trying to give you an idea of that muscle being like a cloth, right? A thin piece of cloth wrapped around the form. So I can express it in this way, right? Bad, 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 very bad. Okay, but this is a typical way that I see that form understood. And then good, 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 great. Something like that, okay? So just keep it thin, wrap it around the form, and then you can look for it in a couple of places, right? Well, primarily I think actually just one place, and that would be at the side through here. So this is pushing, I would say, close to halfway across the body. I think I can push it forwards quite a bit more through here. It's like it comes forward and then kind of arcs back towards the arm, something like that. And at this border here, sometimes you see this as like a thick sausagey shape. That can be quite noticeable sometimes. So you can find it through there. You're probably not going to find it down here as it dives down towards to grab hold of the hips, because we have a fat store through there. So that's going to sit on top of it. You might find it a little bit there, but it's like, yeah, you know, you might smell it a little bit there more than see it. And then if you have like a bodybuilder physique, what you might see is this as a line going through here, which is where the muscle's turning to tendon. So normally what I would say is anytime when you have a big muscular form turning to tendon, you can find that line quite abruptly, right? And this is where the latissimus is turning to tendon, so you can find this in life, but it's pretty unusual that you would see it like that, because, like I say, the muscle is thin. So, well, I think that's. I think I've said that the latissimus is thin in as many different ways as I can. So I'll stop saying that now. But that's what I would look for on the muscle. So very, very wide muscle, but not impacting the form that much. Just take a look for it in life around the borders there. You know, and so with the serratus, for example, so maybe the serratus I can pull forwards a little bit through here. What you'll see is you'll find the individual fingers of the serratus through there, and then you won't find those fingers through here because they're diving underneath the latissimus. So you will still find the form in often a very dominant way, right? Oftentimes the serratus is really going to push out through there, but the latissimus is going to soften off that reed. So it does have that effect on the serratus, which also makes people not understand the serratus because they think about it as just those fingers there rather than, you know, a muscle that is really impacting the form through there. Okay, is there anything else that I would mention about that? Well, function. So it's going from the back, going towards the arms, so it pulls the arms towards the back, right? Bonk, so the arms are out there, it's going to pull them down like that. If the arms are locked off, it's going to do the opposite and it's going to pull the body towards the arms. So yeah, if you grab hold of a bar, you try and pull your chin towards that bar, then your latissimus will be acting. And yeah, let's call it there, and we'll take a look at the trapezius in the next video.